Today, one of the stars of Cafe Society, Kristen Stewart. And from the new Ghostbusters movie, Kate McKinnon. Plus, he's back for another day at the co-host desk, Fred Savage. All next on Live. And now, here are Kelly Ripa and Fred Savage.
July 14, 2016. Back today is Fred Savage.
Hello. I feel like you felt my reluctance to dance.
I felt it. So
and now we just drove right through it.
We did. We ran. We actually almost went into a sprint to it because
I feel like I've taken too much away from it. I should embrace it.
No.
Did that look weird, that entrance?
No.
Or did it work? Or were you guys just so excited? I'm overthinking it.
Listen, you are overthinking it. It's just walking to a chair. We're really, literally not doing anything important in that moment.
But I could trip. So many things could go wrong.
Yeah, but so many things usually don't go wrong.
I'm just so happy to be in this chair right now. I made it.
We have a system backstage called the Savage Temperature System, where we try to figure out how hot Fred is today. How hot are you, Fred?
Well, Kelly, they've now incorporated iced coffee into the mix.
Oh, that's great.
Because Christine, every morning is like, why are you drinking hot coffee? Stop drinking hot coffee.
Right.
I'm like, well, I need it. And I'm like sweating, you know? I'm like, I need it. She goes, get iced coffee. So every morning she gets, you know, she's like, why are you still drinking the hot coffee? So we got iced coffee today. And I feel pretty... I'm always confident like a minute or two in.
Yeah.
And it's like in 20 minutes, it could be
Do you think it's just nerves? Nerves are making you sweat, or do you sweat all the time?
No, you keep the stage warm because you're cold.
It is an ice box in here, okay?
Are you hot or cold?
Freezing.
Hot.
Wait,
freezing.
Raise your hand if you're freezing. Yes, freezing.
And who's hot?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Now wrestle.
Yeah, no, it's cold in here.
All right, well.
Listen, we're not David Letterman, because we can all agree that was ridiculous.
That's very cold there. It was very cold there.
You must have been in heaven.
I loved it there.
Yeah, it was your favorite show.
But it's...
I used to cling to the light bulb backstage. Backstage when David Letterman had his show, they would line you up backstage before, like about one segment before it was time for you to go on the air. But it was so cold. And I mean cold like they're storing dead bodies under the floorboard.
Yeah, it was freezing.
I would cling to a light bulb because they would say, you know, that light bulb is warm. And I would stand there like I was roasting marshmallows on a fire, like warming myself.
Yeah.
And then you walk out shaking like this.
I think it's hysterical that my sweating is a topic that we're talking about.
I like it, though.
It's something my wife, I have handkerchiefs now, because my wife bought me handkerchiefs.
Oh, like proper handkerchiefs?
Yes, because when I would be out, like at a party, I would use like bar napkins, but it would kind of get stuck in my beard.
I thought you had a little bar napkin stuck on your face this morning, just for like a second.
It's possible because I didn't use my handkerchiefs. And my wife's finally like, I'm sick of looking over and seeing you covered in napkin pieces. Here's a handkerchief.
You fancy Hollywood couples.
Yeah. So I have handkerchiefs now.
Now, does she iron your handkerchiefs?
They started off iron, but now it's just, you know, I just clean them.
When my sister and I, when we would get grounded, we had two jobs specific to us when we were grounded. One was to iron our dad's handkerchiefs, which seemed like a nightmare.
Right.
And the other one was to iron his boxer shorts.
Oh, man.
Which then we were like, we would start fighting over like I did the boxer shorts last time.
No, I don't need those pressed. Those are both things that can just
No, my dad
go.
is so proper. Like everything's like his T-shirts are pressed. Like he's pressed.
I am not really proud of my handkerchief work, so I wanted as little attention. I'm like, pay no attention to those.
Do you when you blot? Do you blot like you know what I mean?
Do I dab?
Do you dab or do you just like wipe it down? Do you just like?
It really depends on the situation. You know, I'll start blotting, and then sometimes it's an unfold and it's just a full. I just get in there. I don't know. It depends. But yeah, there's a lot of like dad-isms, and as I'm getting older, I'm realizing, oh, that's like what dads do.
Right.
Like a handkerchief. Like that's what dads do.
That's correct.
I'm packing. My family is coming to New York tonight. I'm very excited.
That's exciting.
And we're going on vacation.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. You're leaving from New York, or you're vacationing
it's all in New York. It's all in New York. So we're going to be in Manhattan, and we're going to be upstate in the Hudson Valley, and then we're going out to Long Island.
Oh, beautiful.
So I'm packing, and I'm realizing I have dad clothes. So what I mean is, you guys know, like in hotels, they have like, you know, like a visor with the name of the hotel on it, or a resort has like a T-shirt. I'm like, who wears those? Like that's like for like not cool, like older people.
Right.
Like that, I'm cooler than that. Like that's not me. And so I look at my bag and it's all that stuff. And I'm realizing that's not like what 20-year-olds do.
Right.
You know, they're not like, dude, do you know I went golfing yesterday? Do I know you got that sweet hat there? It's like, I did. Hey, remember that spring break? Do I remember it? That's where I got this sweet rash guard. Like, they don't talk like that, but here I am with like my hat and my rash guard. It's so lame.
How old are your kids? I forget because yours are younger than mine by a lot,
Yeah,
right?
my son is 9.
Yeah.
My daughter's 8, and then I have a 3-year-old son.
Oh my gosh, they're still like sweet angels.
Oh,
like
I can't. I really miss them. I can't wait to see them tonight. It's gonna be great.
Oh,
it's gonna be great.
That's so nice. They're gonna love it. I mean, they've been to New York, yeah?
They've been in New York. They love it here, and I love coming to New York with the kids because it gives you an excuse to just play tourist.
Yeah.
Because when I come with my wife, it's like we gotta go to a cool restaurant, and a great bar, and see a great show.
Right.
But like with the kids, like you go to the Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building, and I love playing tourist here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful city to do that.
It's great, and when I'm here with my wife, we feel like we have to be like cooler than that. But with the kids, it's terrific.
Right. Well, just wait till they're. If you think you're uncool now,
just wait. They'll tell me.
I'm gonna tell you, wait till that sweet baby, 8-year-old baby girl turns 15, and then just, you and I will be like this, and I'll be like, I told you.
And we'll just look at each other. We don't have to talk, we'll just know.
And I'll say, because my girlfriend's mom was at our house last night, and she's, you know, my daughter always like gives me a little bit of a hard time, and so she looks at me and she goes, she'll come back to you, I promise. And I was like, I don't think so. She goes, no, I'm telling you. And then she points to her daughter and goes, that's just how this one was.
And how old was she?
Well,
like, how long did it take her to come back around?
Oh, she was 30. She came back around. But yeah.
So your kids aren't playing live with Kelly at home, like my kids are?
My daughter says this to me exactly, almost on the daily. Why can't you work for a cool show like Ellen? On the daily.
But Ellen doesn't have the confetti.
I was like, does Ellen have confetti wands whenever you want them? No. But no, is that so funny? Like, that is her...
That's what my daughter loves the confetti. She makes her own confetti.
Oh.
And she makes her own confetti cannons.
No, we can have these for... We have to get a bunch so that...
She does it, and she plays Kelly.
She plays Kelly.
So I think just so she could throw confetti. And she had my youngest son, my 3-year-old, be her co-host. And he came out, my son Augie, and it didn't go, my wife had to play the intro music.
Right.
And so, and it didn't go the way Augie wanted it to.
Right.
So he starts crying and throwing a fit because he had this idea of how he wanted the show to go, and it wasn't going that way. So my wife's like, okay.
Are you sure he wasn't playing Gelman?
She made him Gelman. She made him Gelman. I swear to God, she goes, you can be Gelman, okay? You sit over here, you produce the show. My 3-year-old is very happy.
Right.
Yeah.
See? That's funny. funny.
Yes, he got fired in this
It's so funny how your wife has picked up on the dynamic of this place so quickly.
Yeah, just through the television.
Through the television, that's kind of amazing.
Just through the television.
That's really funny. I remember the only time I saw my daughter and Jamie Gelman, I came home one day and they were playing, I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, we're playing Moms. And I go, oh, you're playing Moms? And they were, they had their Dixie cups of wine. And they were looking at the SoulCycle schedule.
Oh my God.
And they were so little, but it was the funniest thing. I was like, Lori, we seriously need to do other things.
But you have all your bases covered.
Yeah.
You know, you're working out, but you know how to party.
Yeah, right, exactly. We're still healthy.
You could do them both. You could do them both.
Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
That's exactly how it looks. Everybody knows that that's how it looks when I'm on the SoulCycle bike with a martini.
We got to multitask. You got to multitask.
They do a fun charity ride every year at out on Long Island at SoulCycle, and you have an option. You can have the water or you can have a beer, and it's really funny to see the guys like spinning and sweating, and then they are also drinking beer instead of drinking water. So you know they're extra drunk when they get off the bike. Very funny.
As far as going back to multitasking, I talked a little bit about Pokemon yesterday.
Oh, yesterday, yes. Are you watching everything that's going on?
I am watching everything that's going on, but I'm not driving.
Okay.
And I feel like, have you guys seen these signs that are like around? I mean,
what does that say?
This is a sign that says, drive now, catch Pokemon later. Don't Pokemon and drive. Do you remember when the world used to be safe and we used to just text and drive? You know?
I remember.
Remember those good old days?
Yes.
Now people are Pokemoning and driving.
It's really crazy.
Not, I mean...
It's not safe.
I get it, but you shouldn't do that. Don't Pokemon and drive. Or really text and drive. Just drive.
Yeah. Is that $6 billion? Gelman just gave me a little bulletin about the Pokemon for Nintendo. It's added a $6 billion in their market value. $6 billion. So it looks like I unloaded that Pokemon stock too soon.
Good time. Yeah.
I'm always the person that like throws away the Beanie Babies, and then they're like, Beanie Babies are worth $10 million. Like,
yeah, but now they're worth 4. Right. Now they went back.
They went back.
I mean, you're very smart.
I was almost ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
Almost ahead of the curve. Now, you said the last time you were here, you and your wife went to the Four Seasons, right?
Where we stayed?
No, you went to the restaurant, the Four Seasons. Did you not?
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That we were talking about the auction. We were going to get the martini glasses.
So look at what happened. Look at what they're doing now, because it's like the final. This restaurant is a staple of, it was like the home of the power lunch. I had only gone there, I had been there for functions, but I had never gone to eat dinner there until very recently.
Very high society.
Very high
fancy,
refined. Fancy, famous, intimidating, powerful people. All of the things that usually make me not go to a restaurant, it's all the elements, but these guys are like, it's so lovely and everybody's so welcoming, and it's, when you walk in, there's a swimming pool or a fountain in the middle of the restaurant. It's so beautiful. And I walked in and they rolled out the red carpet because who goes there every day? Art Moore. Our very own Art Moore is like one of these power brokers that I keep reading about in the newspapers. Art Moore does deals at the Four Seasons. Probably over a few martinis, if I had to guess. But here's what's going on right now, because people are saying their final farewells to the Four Seasons, and I guess with a few cocktails comes the ability to take off your clothes and jump in the pool in the middle of the restaurant. And we can all agree, those guys look great. I'm gonna say, I'm not into public nudity, but why not?
They look great.
Yeah, they look great.
I had the pleasure of going to dinner with Art Moore last night. And I got to experience
this is big, Art.
Sitting with him at a table is like in New York.
This is big.
The chef comes out. Like, the people get fancier and fancier. Now all the waiters come out. Then the maitre d' comes over.
Right.
Then the chef comes over. People get dressed more and more fancy. I don't know who's coming over
The
Everyone's
CEO
shaking
of
his
the
hand.
building comes over.
Everyone's coming over.
Yes.
Everyone's coming over to shake Art's hand. It was a real treat
No,
to
I'm
kind
telling
of
you.
experience New York with Art Moore.
Oh, you have no idea.
I mean, the world is just opens up to you.
Let me tell you something. If you want, and I don't know how I can make this happen for all of you, but you could probably make it happen for yourself in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Fly from New York to California with Art Moore and have a Bloody Mary. It is the greatest experience. We had the best time. It was the fastest flight of my life. I didn't want it to end, and as interesting as I've always thought you are the loveliest, most fascinating, most interesting, kindest person. No, it's true. It really is true. So if you know, if there's ever an... I was about to say, if there's a charity auction item at your school and it's flying across the country with Art Moore, bid on that item.
Buy it.
Because that's
it doesn't matter the city.
Yeah.
Just go. It's going to be great.
So he took you out on a date last night.
He took me out on a date.
Oh boy, is he eyeballing you?
Oh, he took me out on a date. He bought me drinks. He paid.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really nice. He was a real gentleman.
There are 7 other co-hosts right now watching this at home going, he didn't take me out to dinner.
I'm very excited. Kristen Stewart is here.
Yes.
I saw Cafe Society.
Oh, I know, you said you already saw it.
She's amazing in it.
Yeah.
And I went and saw the movie, and they said, well, we're not going to send you an advance copy, but we can arrange a screening for you. Would that be all right? I'm like, yeah, that would be all right.
That would be amazing.
Sure. So they say it's going to be at the Manhattan Film Center. And I said, okay, great. So they give me the address, and I'm walking up the street. I'm looking for like a little independent movie house somewhere. And I go to this building, and that's the address, and I walk in, and they say, oh, yeah, Manhattan Film Center. It's past the elevator. So I go past the elevator, and it's this really kind of opulent elevator lobby, and past the lobby is a little door with a little tiny little placard that says Manhattan Film Center. I was like, all right. And I open the door, and it's like walking into like Sam Spade's office. There's a wooden desk and file cabinets with stuff like, you know, sticking out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, where am I? You're like, you're in Woody Allen's office.
Yeah.
And you're going to be watching it in his screening room.
Yeah.
And it's been his office and his screening room for 35 years.
Oh my God.
He's watched all his dailies there, all his film cuts, you know, personal films he watches for pleasure, for work.
You have just level jumped. Do you realize that?
Yes.
Yes.
It was, and so I'm like, and it's just me? He's like, yeah, it's just you. I'm like, all right. And I have to tell you something. There was a coat rack with a scarf and a hat in the room. And there was a moment I was like, I should take that hat. There was a minute, and I was like, I should take it. I should take that hat. Why not? And I thought better of it. But there was a moment where I thought I should take something.
Right.
But I didn't.
Good.
Just
We're
a
proud
memory.
of you.
Just a memory.
We're proud of you.
But if you guys,
yay! Craig didn't steal.
I didn't steal anything.
Yay!
Please applaud.
Craig didn't steal. I did steal something from Donald Trump's wedding. I did. I stole a fork. Remember, I showed it on the air. I stole it, and then I used it. It was an artifact. I was like, here is the fork. Remember, that was...
Well, now I regret it. Now I feel like the Beanie Babies. I probably should have taken it. I should have taken the hat.
I know, but that's like a more...
Here it is. No, it's not here. It's not here. But Kristen...
You know, you realize right now Woody Allen is in his office making sure nothing has been taken. Right.
Woody Allen doesn't care that I was there.
Woody Allen doesn't watch the show.
No, Woody Allen's watching Ellen with Lola.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right. Yes. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, like you said, big show.
Very
Kristen
big.
Stewart's here today.
Yes.
Very exciting.
McKinnon is on the show, who's hysterical.
She looks so sexy backstage.
I love her. She's amazing.
She looks great. And it's time for Drive Me Wild Travel Trivia. Jason from St. Cloud, Florida, everybody.
Nice job.
That was fun. On the phone is Rosemary Lee from Monterey, Tennessee. Hey,
Hello.
Rosemary. Hi.
Hi, Kelly and Fred.
How you doing?
Rosemary, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Now, I hear you have big plans. What are you doing this weekend?
Well, I've not told my husband yet, but we're going to go to Dollywood tomorrow.
Are you going to ride that new roller coaster? Have you heard about this new roller coaster there?
No.
It's like,
Yes.
it's like the fastest wooden roller coaster ever built. It's brand new. It's at Dollywood.
Yes, I'm not going to ride it. The kids will.
Okay. You're not a roller coaster person.
No.
Rosemary, will you take a lot of pictures and send them to us? Because we are desperate to get to Dollywood. Desperate.
Yes, I will.
I want to do the show there. I think that would be so fun to do the show live from Dollywood.
Yes.
If you
I will
see
go.
Dolly, will you ask her if that's okay?
Yes, for
She's
sure.
usually at the front. She's right at
She's
the front.
usually greeting everyone.
And in sequins.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh
And
my
she looks like Dolly Parton.
Yeah, definitely.
Have
Okay.
you ever met Dolly Parton?
I've never met her. I love her voice.
Best.
I love her music.
She's the best guest ever, and she smells like an angel from heaven.
Yeah.
And I don't know what an angel from heaven smells like, but I guarantee if we all get to heaven someday,
It will
we
smell like
just
Dolly
smell
Parton.
Like Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's like heaven. We're gonna spin the wheel, Rosemary, see what you're playing for, okay? Hey, this is a great prize. The Galley Bay Resort and Spa in Antigua. 7 days, 6 nights in a deluxe beachfront room. It's all inclusive. This trip is provided in part by Hotels.com. It's a prize valued at $9,300.
Wow.
You have 20 seconds and only one guess, Rosemary. Good luck. I almost called you Rosemary Lee, like Kathy Lee, like both
Yeah.
names.
All right, Rosemary. On yesterday's show, what type of cufflinks did I say my daughter picked out for me for my birthday?
Bicycle.
Yes!
Congratulations. You and a guest will enjoy 7 days and 6 nights at the Galley Bay Resort and Spa in Antigua, an intimate hideaway for discerning travelers. The Galley Bay Resort and Spa is an all-inclusive beachfront resort situated on 56 acres of private paradise. Enjoy a 3/4-mile-long stretch of beach on the sunset side of Antigua, a new fitness center, coffee shop, and rum bar, and much more. Your price is valued at approximately $9,300.
That hotel.
Yeah, Rosemary, that trip looks so nice. I'm so excited for you.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Now you get to help make, you know what? If you see Dolly, you should ask her to go with you.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, now you get to help make the day of a lucky member of our studio audience who will receive 8 place settings of American-made fine china from Lennox, valued at more than $500. So please pick a number between 1 and 226.
24.
All right, we got a big show for you. Coming up with Kristen Stewart. Stick around. I got distracted by the car.
Still ahead on Live from Ghostbusters, Kate McKinnon. We'll open up Kelly's inbox to hear your comments and questions. And coming up next, Kristen Stewart.
You made it through the gauntlet.
That was kind of, yeah, that was treacherous for some reason.
You
It's
made
the
it.
shoes.
You made it safely.
You know what? You are so cool, though. Like, even your walk-in, that was cool. Like, you high-fived. You didn't miss a single hand. When I high-five, there's like a 97% chance I'm going to miss.
No, I was nervous about that, trust me.
Really?
I was definitely thinking that. I think it would have been much more efficient to maybe just keep my hand
Do it
out.
Like that?
Yeah, and then I was like,
But there was a personal connection.
yeah, exactly.
A hand for you.
Hello.
A hand for you.
Yeah, that was cool. I didn't realize that both of your parents were in the entertainment business.
Oh, really? Yeah, we've never talked about that. That's crazy.
I mean, I feel like I don't think I knew that.
Yeah.
So your dad was a stage manager.
Yeah.
And your mom was a script supervisor.
Yeah.
Wow. So, you know, the script supervisor, when I worked on a TV show, it was like the bane of my existence because I could never remember my lines. And the script supervisor would say, you know, you screwed up that last line. I'd be like, I know.
Right.
And she'd say, it's said this way. I go, I know if I could remember it, I wouldn't have screwed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your mom has like the toughest job, don't you think?
Totally. I mean, you're like sort of the keeper of the Bible. You're sort of, yeah, everyone's go-to.
So when you went into show business, did she say to you, learn your lines?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I think it was more like I'm really, really terrible with continuity. I never ever think about it. I'm always like drinking this hand, like, yeah, super impulsive and really annoying to technicians probably. So yeah, I've never worked with her, but I'm sure that she would probably annoy me too. I'd be like, Mom, it's not about that. It's not hard.
Like, do you feel like you started when you were so young? Do you feel like you were more comfortable on a set because your parents were involved in the business, or they were more comfortable letting you get started at such a young age?
I think conversely, they were uncomfortable. They were like, this is a bad idea, Chris. Like, it's not necessarily something you're gonna love. Like, I wasn't the most actory type of kid. I really wanted to be on set. Like, I wanted to be a pirate. I wanted to be like a member of the crew. I wanted to have a job. Like, they just came home having like they're clearly wearing the hours that they've spent at work, and like, you
see it on them.
Yeah,
the work.
Yeah.
And you found that appealing?
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's like why I wanted to. Yeah.
And I also heard that you don't really like to read your scripts too much beforehand. Does that affect your performance? You like to be more spontaneous with your stuff, or?
Yeah, I just don't work a whole lot beforehand unless it's like shedding of whatever little things that make me sort of distinctly me. But I really want to get to the, like, I don't want to hide behind characters and feel like I'm not myself. I want to be like as absolutely visible and sort of like seen as possible.
Wow.
So I don't want to like construct anything. I love the feeling of being like, how did that happen, and like stumbling on it. And so I don't want to know anything. Like.
But so what happens if you work with a director who wants you to like really delve deep and get into it and rehearse and rehearse and rehearse? Then do you have a conflict, or you just find common ground somehow?
Yeah, nobody's ever made me do that.
Oh, well, you must be pretty good doing it your way then, right? I mean, otherwise.
Yeah, rehearsal doesn't always mean like running lines.
Yeah.
Rehearsal is just like getting on the same page and like figuring out why you've all been drawn to this thing and like meditating on a subject.
Yeah.
I'm like, but yeah.
But I love that you keep that spontaneity in your performance, because it feels so fresh, and we're discovering all these moments with you.
He's seen Cafe Society, yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
We got to come back. But when we come back, we'll find out what it's like taking direction and working with Woody Allen.
That's a scene from Cafe Society starring Kristen Stewart. So what's Woody Allen like as a director? Like, tell me, because, you know, Fred broke into his office last night.
Have you been to that screening room?
No.
Oh, you should take a hat. Apparently they're just there for you to borrow.
Yeah.
What's he like?
He's funny. He makes fun of me a lot.
He does?
Yeah. He loves to call me out, which I appreciate, actually. He's really not precious with his actors. He really, like, I think it's a sort of test to see if he likes you, if you can take it, and you're not like, my precious ego is like hurting so badly.
When someone like Woody Allen casts you in a movie, and you join this incredible pantheon of actors who've worked with him, does it give you a sense of confidence? Like, oh my gosh, like, he sees, like, is that able to sustain his barbs, because you know that he put you in one of his films and so believes in you?
Yeah, it's rad. I mean, you know, you feel that like with every movie you make. Like, I sort of would prefer to sort of like audition, even though I haven't had to in a long time, because that. Just knowing that somebody went,
that part.
Exactly. It's like, it's not just because of who you are, because you like get the movie greenlit or whatever, which sometimes like I definitely think, you know, could possibly be like why people ask me to do stuff. And so it's like, it really takes a meeting where you just go, oh, we are drawn to this for the same reason, and it is very clear. So I auditioned for it, and so I sort of felt like validated in getting the part.
And has he? You know, you're about to start your first directing foray.
Yeah.
Did he influence you, or is your style are you taking from all the directors that you've worked with, or do you have your own style? Or do you not know yet?
I don't know.
Tell me everything. Tell me everything.
Because, you know, Fred directs, too.
Oh, yeah?
So you can ask Fred for directing.
Sit like this.
Okay.
It really commands respect. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. And point.
This
Point
is
a lot.
actually better. Yeah.
And when in doubt, and here's my 2 cents. When in doubt, wear a baseball cap, because they tend to wear baseball caps a lot.
I actually feel you. I got excited about thinking about like what I'm gonna wear while we shoot, because usually I'm like, oh, I'm in a wardrobe, and it's like all about, and I'm like, I don't have to do any of the things. I can literally just
dress like yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing. It's incredible. Well, go see Kristen Stewart in Cafe Society. It opens Friday in Los Angeles and New York, and across the country in 2 weeks. Kristen Stewart, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. What do you have next? Kate McKinnon.
Tomorrow on Live from Ghostbusters, Melissa.
You want me to hold it? I'll hold it. That was amazing. Oh, hi. Hi. Hi.
Oh no, I don't want to mess up that flow.
That was amazing.
I think it's great that so many of your close friends and family were sitting right there.
Yeah, that's great.
That you could embrace them.
You know, yeah, those are my girls. Hey, Barbara, how you doing? Good to see you.
Every time you come on our show, you have an amazing entrance. Do you choreograph your own routines, or like how?
What?
Like today it was very like crotch centric. Lots of like deep squats. There was squatting.
Baby girl, it's always crotch centric over here.
Yeah.
No, I don't choreograph. I cannot do choreographed
It's
movement.
all on the.
Except for the Backstreet Boys dance.
Yeah. That's amazing.
But that's it. No, I can't.
You just gotta
memorize the
feel
foot.
it.
Yeah.
It does come from the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time
crotch,
it was
yes.
it was more subtle. Last
Really?
time. Yeah, take a look.
I don't
we have
remember.
Last time.
Please remind me.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember that? You're the only person that when you come on the show, we have the cameras rolling at every angle to capture you at every angle walking in, because we love it so much.
I have no conscious memory of that. I must have been on something or in a daze.
Good. We love it.
That looks funny watching it back. I would apologize, but
No,
I'm not gonna.
I think everything you do, and I'm such a fan of yours on the show, in the movie.
Lifelong Savage Head,
Stop
gotta
it.
say.
No,
Oh my God.
Kate.
This is
But
wild.
everything you do is interesting.
Are they
Lifelong.
called Savage Heads?
Yeah.
His fans?
I call myself a Savage Head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have big heads that we sell on the website
Yeah, I got a bunch of them.
that people wear at events.
They're my pillows in bed at night.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So you grew up on Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh, yeah.
Like, do you ever get home to Long Island?
Usually guys
like
apply. Who's from Long Island?
No, you ever go?
Yeah, there you go.
That's all right.
You ever
There's
go
there's
home?
not a ton to cheer about. No, I go visit my beloved mom all the time. Hi, Mama.
Oh.
I think she's watching.
Yeah. How is your mom?
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love her. She's so funny.
And how's your baby?
Oh, my son, who is a cat. He's good. You know, I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. Gotta be real. And so I have tried to stop that in myself, but I've transferred it over to him. So I take him to the vet way too often. I just took him to the vet because he was eating just ever so slightly less than usual. So I took him to the vet, and he was not happy. And then like $100 later, he ate.
Yeah.
I brought him right home and he ate.
So maybe he just wasn't hungry.
Maybe. I'm a nut. What can I say,
Did they
Rebecca?
put the thermometer in his rear end? Because I find that once that happens...
They took him in the back.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what they did to him back there.
Well, I'm going to tell you, they put a thermometer there, and that'll fix anything.
Poor guy. He was wet when he came out. I don't know with what, but...
That'll get your appetite back.
It really will.
Yeah, I always am hungry afterwards.
Well, listen, we have to take a commercial break. We're going to find out what happens when you put 4 funny ladies together in one movie. Hey, we'll be right back. Amazing. That's Kate McKinnon and Ghostbusters. This could be my favorite cast ever. It is the perfect cast.
Wow.
Don't you think?
Thank you. I'll text them and tell you said so. Because I have their phone numbers.
All of their phone numbers?
You have their personal phone numbers?
Most of them, yes.
Yeah. And theirs are like their people's?
No, their phone numbers.
Really?
There's a text chain.
Is there really?
Yes. It began the day that we finished because we were crying so hard, the 4 of us huddled together, and we were just like, we write each other every day. And we do. We do.
And you do?
Yeah.
Are you, like, do you, once you had that experience, because I would think that going to work on that set every day would just be joyful. Right?
Mama, yes.
Mama, right. So do you think, are you now going, we have to find another project, we all have to work together all the time?
Oh my goodness. I don't want to work, I just want to have a slumber party with them. I planned the snacks already.
But of this incredible cast, you are such a standout. You're so funny. As Holtzman, just tell people who don't know the movie or this version of it. Tell them about Holtzman, about your character.
Remember how I walked out here? That's
right.
Like what the character is.
With goggles.
Yes.
Right.
I think it's normal, but she's obviously a total nut, but a joyful nut who loves her friends and loves science. And what's wrong with that?
I love that the director, Paul Feig, said that he wanted a glorious weirdo, and that you were the first person he thought of.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a euphemism for covered in cat hair. And he found the right gal.
I'm so excited to see this movie. It opens in theaters at IMAX tomorrow. Make sure you check out Kate McKinnon and Ghostbusters, Friday, July 15th.
Monday on Live from Watch What Happens Live, Andy Cohen.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the inbox. The very nice lady in our audience gave... Whoops. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Thank you. Thank you, lady in the audience.
So, Sue's from Windsor, Ontario says, maybe, Fred, you could be suffering from menopause.
I'm sorry, is the subject line of this
Fred
email
Sweat.
Fred Sweat?
Fred Sweat.
So I don't even pretend like I'm a real human being anymore, like I'm on television.
Yeah.
I'm just an animal.
See how fast it happens here? You really listen, it happens very fast here. You get real comfortable real quick.
That's the subject matter.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
This subject is Fred drinking coffee from Donna DeVoe in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Fred, we have an internal thermometer, and if you're hot, the rule of thumb is to drink something hot to shut it off so you will start getting cooler. So stick with the hot coffee, not the cold coffee.
Christine!
Buy that.
Dr. Gelman disagrees with you, Donna DeVoe.
Yeah. Hot heats you up still.
Yeah, it's
Hot
a different
heats you
science. Science is not the same here.
Yeah.
Is there anything not body related to me? Okay, good.
Okay,
All right, here we go. Subject, teenagers.
Okay.
From Naomi in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. Years and years ago, I heard a quote that has always stayed with me. By the time your kids are fit to live with, they're living with someone else.
Oh, that's so true. That's true.
You know, my mother-in-law says, and now my wife says, she says, a son is a son till he takes a wife. A daughter's a daughter the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, I'm sure. We'll see.
Lola's coming back.
We'll see. Teresa said, can you please tell Fred that you're not too old to play or watch Pokemon? I'm 41, and I do that too. I don't know if Teresa said it that way, but I'm assuming that's how she said it.
You know, 41's a little older than me, so that's, I think by 41 I'll be over it. I don't know. We will be right back.
For more information on anything on Live, visit livekelly.com.
Welcome back to the inbox. Celeste Harrington from Summerfield, Florida. Subject, starstruck. 50 years ago, I was at a cocktail party at Jerry Lewis's home. He had a billiard room, and everyone was commenting on the scratch ball being a trick ball. When the game was over, I took the ball. To this day, I'm too embarrassed to give it back. Isn't that amazing?
I'm going to take more things.
Yeah.
That's the lesson.
Hey, tomorrow, Fred's going to be back, and Melissa McCarthy will join us.